Okay? I need some money. Okay? Money is a noun. And some is modifying money. So we're going to use some. So all you remember, Chop, is that when you're modifying a noun, you use some. If you're modifying a verb or another adjective or another adverb, then you use somewhat. I am somewhat busy. In this case, busy is modifying I. You see? Busy goes back to modify I. You're describing, when I say I am somewhat busy, I am describing myself. I'm busy. So, somewhat is modifying busy, so we say somewhat, because somewhat is an adverb. So the rule, and it almost always works. I can't think of an exception right now. Some is an adjective, somewhat is an adverb. And if you remember that, you'll get it right all the time. And here is the idiom of the day. The idiom of the day. Stick to it. You know, have you heard of that? You haven't heard of that? Stick to it? Well, you know what stick means. Yeah. Stick. Yeah, stick can be a verb. Like if I put glue on this book and I put the book here, then it would stick. I couldn't pick it up. Okay? That's a verb, stick. But stick can also be a noun. This is a stick, right? So, depending upon context, it can be a verb or it can be a noun. This is a noun, it's a stick. But if the book sticks to the desk, I can't move it. So, the idiom, when we say stick to it, let me use it in a sentence. If you stick to it, you'll learn English. When we say stick to it, we mean to continue doing something. So, if someone goes to wants to get into good shape, and they start exercising, they start jogging at the park, going around. And they say, "Oh, I'll never get in shape. I'm too old. I'm too overweight. I'm whatever." You would say, "Well, stick to it, and eventually you will. Stick to it." It means to keep trying, to keep trying. So I would say to you, to learn English, you have to stick to it. Stick to it. Keep trying. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep trying. Keep trying. Don't stop. Stick to it. And it's a handy idiom. We use it a lot in English. If we talk to someone who's always trying, we say, "Well, he sticks to it." He's a very he tries real hard at everything. Okay. Where is everybody today? What happened to everybody?
On the way. They are on the way.
Yeah.
Not on the bed. Maybe on the bed ไม่ต้อง
Well, let's get going here.
เรียนมา10 ปีเพิ่งเห็นไปประกาศ
ได้ค่ะที่สำเร็จนะ
ทำไมทำถึงไหนเลยมันจบแล้วไปประกาศได้
ขั้นสูงนะเสร็จหรออันนี้
ก็ใส่กรอบ
เป็นเรื่องที่ไหน
เขาเห็นตู้หมดเลยมั้ย
นั่นแหละก็ตายแล้วเนี่ย
นะ
เดี๋ยวจะไม่เห็นการเลยแล้วแต่โบไม่เจอแล้วไม่ใช่โบจะติดแล้วดูไม่ได้ดูเลยแต่เราจะมีทุกอย่างไหนบอกไอซีได้บอกจะเก็บไปต้องใช้ต้องรับแขกตั้งแต่แล้วก็กรุ๊ปเด็กๆก็เสร็จแล้วก็คุณแม่เขา Teacher how to use how come is mean why how come
How come?
yes
When you say how come, and let me spell it for you. You spell it
ดูกาแฟที่มันนะกาแฟต้องกินก่อนแล้วก็ถามดูได้คำตอบเป็นไม่กิน
It's a question when you say how come, and it's informal. It's informal. But if you say how come, you are asking for a person to give you an explanation. Let me give you an example. If well, I think it was a day before yesterday, maybe, I was waiting for the song tao. It didn't come, it didn't come, it didn't come, it didn't come. And so I asked one of the other Maryknoll people who lives here full time, I said, the song tao's not coming. How come? I was asking him to give me an explanation. Yeah, why? I was asking him to give me an explanation. He said, well, it's because the high school is not out, is out. So there won't be as many song taos moving back and forth. He gave me an explanation. But, good morning. I was asking him for an explanation. So,
ไม่ใช่คุณว่าในมาโซเนีย
what did you find this?
Did you find your hat, you know?
Pretty good, huh? Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I no longer have any hair, so I need a hat. Yesterday, I went to Brother John's class, and I told the students, I said that Brother John would not be here today. Well, their English isn't very good, so I had to explain to them, you know, that he was in a meeting. But what would have been appropriate for them to ask me when I said Brother John won't be here today, they could have said, how come? How come? Why? What's the explanation? And it's a very handy, very useful phrase, because anytime you want an explanation, if I'm going to sell Pew 2 books, and I say this one is 10 baht, this one is 100 baht, Pew would say, how come? You know, why is this one so much more expensive? You know, it's anytime you want somebody to explain something to you, to give you an explanation, you would say, how come? But it's informal. You would not use it in formal speech. But in everyday conversation, it would be useful. Yeah, it would be okay. So let's, we're going to do one more listening exercise, okay? Pardon me?
Drink coffee first.
Oh.
ที่เห็นก็คือแม่มาแล้วคอยก็ถามแล้วก็เขียนในที่เรียน
ยังนะที่ที่มันเรียนสติ๊กออนสติ๊กทูอิทนะสติ๊กทูอิทเดียวนี้
รับปริญญาแล้วเดี๋ยว
เรา
นะ
จะแจกมันแจกแจกนะต้องถามว่าใครเป็นชื่ออะไรชื่อตกลงได้เลยไม่
เขาไม่เขียนอะไรเขาพิมพ์ออกมาเสร็จเรียบร้อยแล้วพิมพ์ออกมาเสร็จเรียบร้อยแล้วสวยเลยพี่เอามาแล้วเหรอเอามาแล้วมันเอามาแล้ว
เขายังไม่แจกก็แจกมันไม่ได้โชว์
โอเคได้
ช่วงเดือนสาม พี่น้องแจกเรา
จะไปวันนี้เมื่อวานจะไปไม่ไปไม่นานเลยแต่ไม่รู้โรงเรียนค่ะที่โทรไปเลยโทรไป2 วันเกรงใจลูกเขา
ใช่ได้หรือว่าเนี่ยคือเขาเดี๋ยว
ไอ้สูงไอ้พงมาลายไม่ใช่ไอ้พงมาลายที่เราเองมากันไอ้พงกับมาลายถามพี่น้องเห็นเลยไม่ได้มาไม่ได้หลาย
ยังมีN.E.S.C อยู่เปล่า
แต่พูดไม่ได้เขาไม่เข้าเขาตามเขาที่พูดอยู่ทุกคนที่ช่วยยูคัน fire your head
Well, but I have a new one.
a new one
I have a new one. Now, one of you brought me a new hat, so thank you very much. You're taking care of me.